right now because Danny Ainge is about to sit in. Danny, thanks for hopping
Perfect.
over
We're
with
wrapping
us.
up a great day with you, Danny.
Well, I was
Finishing
you guys are
strong.
done?
No.
We're done after you.
We were waiting on you to
We
finish.
have the best for last.
Well, I didn't have a chance to get my ears pierced before I made this appearance.
Those
They
were some pretty
he-
nice earrings, though.
He claims
Yeah,
that
the
they were
black
clip-ons.
He said that they were fake.
Yeah,
Did you believe that?
Jalen Brown says that
I
his
do
earrings are
not
fake.
believe, but you can see Rozier. They all have their, and Tatum. That's the first thing they do. They go buy some diamond earrings.
Pierce their ears.
Players today, who
Hey.
knows?
Who knows?
Look good,
Who
play
knows?
good. That's what a lot of them think. Who knows? Who knows?
But Danny, we've been talking to all the players, also head coach Brad Stevens, just about all the overall feel today, as well as heading into training camp tomorrow in Newport. And just your mindset and how eager you are to get there to see the pieces that you guys have in place.
Well, I mean, you can really feel the enthusiasm that there is with all the players. I mean, they're all very excited to be here. And, I'm excited for that. I know that it's going to take time for this team to gel and to reach its peak. And there's going to be some ups and downs through the course of the season. And we're relying on some young players to really step up. And they got a special opportunity to play. And we believe in them. So this should be a fun camp and a fun early season.
You have a lot of talented guys, but guys that haven't played together. How do you direct the unknown?
Well, we went through this a few years ago when we made some changes, and we had a lot of players that had never played together, and we're in the middle of the season. And, you can make up for a lot with enthusiasm and a great team chemistry and camaraderie, and when the players have a chip on their shoulder and they really want to prove something. And so I think that we have a lot of that. There's going to be some mistakes, like I said, and some inconsistency early on, I believe. But so we'll give this team a little bit of time to get going. But I think that love for the game, that enthusiasm, and that genuine excitement for them being in a Boston Celtic uniform right now can be a powerful thing.
You mentioned chemistry and with this team, and we don't know what that's going to be just yet, but you know a lot of these guys, and you knew them before you signed them. There's a reason that you signed them. But how do you think the different personalities of this team are going to fit together to overall create the chemistry that will lead them through the season?
I think it'll be great. I think we have a great group of guys this year. I think they're all great people individually, and they'll find a way to get along collectively. And, it's all about and I think Brad is a master at putting players in positions where they can succeed. So I think it's going to take time for him. It's not going to take so much time for our players as much as it's going to take time for him to figure out who should be where and how to best utilize each of the players' talents.
I think one of the other biggest question marks about this team is the bench. You've got a lot of young players on that bench. Why were you?
Wait a minute. You already know who our bench is?
Well, we know. Potentially.
You don't know anything, Mark.
I know Kyrie Irving's going to start at point guard.
Yeah, good job. Hey, you are
I know
brilliant.
Gordon Hayward's going to start at small forward.
You are brilliant.
But realistically speaking, there's only a certain amount of players, and there's going to be some young players on that bench.
Sure.
And you
That's
have been
a little better.
And you've been comfortable enough to leave it as such, instead of making moves to bring in more veteran players. Why do you hold confidence in those players to be able to contribute to a team that's looked at by many as this team could win the Eastern Conference?
Well, I remember when we had Rajan, and everybody wanted us to go get veteran help because he was unproven. Nobody knew if he could do it or not, and I refused to get another player because I know that how coaches are, and they're going to play veteran guys and give them the chances. And we would have never known how good Rajan was. I mean, with a veteran player, he would have taken a lot longer to develop and get that chance. But I'd rather do it the other way. I'd rather give the players a chance and see who we have and see what we have. And if it doesn't work, then we can figure out a way to go get a veteran player.
I know you won't know for a while on this, especially heading into training camp, but what are you hoping when it's all said and done, maybe the identity of where this team will be?
Well, I don't know. I just want to let them play that out. I'd rather they answer that question and what their identity is rather than me give an identity to them. But like I said, I mean, I think that we have scoring, passing, veteran experience shooting. We have a lot of, and we have some tough guys. We have Marcus and Jalen and Terry who bring us some real intensity and athleticism. So we have a lot of good players, and we'll see what our identity is.
You mentioned the guys coming back too. Al Horford. A lot of the players have just said how important he has been for them and kind of getting adjusted to Boston and kind of that guy in the locker room that they want to listen to. Just the importance of having Horford around, and maybe how you see Kyrie and Hayward now and them using each other all as a resource.
Yeah, I think that Al is obviously a great guy, a veteran player that all the players look to with respect. And, but he's also a terrific player. And he's very unselfish and a complementary player that can make players around him better and facilitate offense, from the center position and power forward position. And players love playing with him because they know he's all about winning. He's not trying to fill up a stat sheet. He's trying to win the game. And very much like KG was, except, not the psycho part. KG knows I'm saying that with love.
It's a
right
good
there.
psycho, right? It's a good psycho. Danny, off the court, a pretty important topic. A lot of changes were made in the strength and conditioning and from the medical side, and how you guys are approaching that from the sports medicine perspective. What went behind those changes, and what do you think the team can use that as in a positive perspective heading into the season and throughout the season?
There's a great deal of positive energy in our strength and conditioning room, and it's just a different approach. We have a great deal of energy and enthusiasm there too. The players are excited, and there's great communication and a oneness in that department.
Danny, we've been taking fan questions on Twitter. So we have Casey who wants to know, do you believe that Kyrie and Gordon can lead this team to a championship in the coming years?
I think I know this answer.
So, of course I do. And, I want the players to lead the charge when it comes to what expectations are. I want to temper everybody's expectations, as we know we live in a world and in a place, maybe even especially Boston. I think the Patriots were supposed to win every game this year. So let's talk about getting through the first month and the second month, and I'll take a Belichickian style of approach, but really it's too much to talk about championship right now. We're a brand new team. We have to work together, but we have this team not just for this year, but looking forward, this team can be together. The core group of these guys can be together for a while. So we are building toward a championship, and let's talk again in February or March and see how we're doing.
Do you ever look back on 4 years ago when you signed Brad to be the head coach and you made the deal with Paul and KG, and just all of the things that have happened since then in such a short amount of time to get here? Do you ever think about that, or are you kind of caught up in the moment with this team?
Sure, we talk about the moves that we've made, the draft picks we've made, the different deals that we've done, and evaluate whether they were right, whether they were wrong, if we need to tweak our process. But it's been fun. I have great ownership and great coaching staff, and my staff is fantastic, and we all communicate very well. And so we have a great deal of confidence in working with one another, and the communication is fantastic.
And as obviously the 11 new guys this year, 4 of the guys returning from last season. Al Horford, you have Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. Just maybe what
Do we need to trade them?
No.
Okay.
What you're hoping to see
start all new
from them, having the Eastern Conference Finals experience and kind of knowing what the culture was like last year in Boston. What are you looking to see from them?
Yeah, I think that the continuity with those 4 guys will be helpful. All those guys will play roles on our team. We anticipate them to be big parts of our team and contribute every game. So those 4 guys will be relied upon to the new guys to learn how things go around here. And I think especially Al, but I think Jalen and Marcus and Terry are all ready to step up and take a bigger role.
Marcus Smart dropped almost 20, 30 pounds. Have you seen him obviously today? Just
I've seen him. Yes, I've seen him. It's fun for me to see Marcus because, Marcus has worked very hard this summer, and as has Terry and Jalen. But, Marcus has shed the weight, and it's fun to see him, walk around, to take his shirt off and feel good about himself.
He's
and
proud.
Wear a tank top everywhere he goes, and, looking for guys to throw him alley-oop dunks in practice to show off how he feels and how he looks. And I think that's going to translate into a really good year.
All right, Amanda, I think it's time to take us
No
home.
more Twitter questions. I think we're good, Danny. Wanted to get at least one in. for
Okay,
you.
all right. No Twitter from Donald Trump today?
No.
Oh,
no.
if not for the Celtics.
You want to talk about that, though?
No. That's fine.
We left that to Al Horford.
Okay.
Very
Well,
political.
Danny, thank you very much. We appreciate your time as well as insight on the team, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow for training camp.
Okay. Look forward to it.
Enjoy Newport.
All right.